Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm in the clouds with Paul George, and it's the 6th. And for some reason, man, I can't remember if Paul George even played last season. I can't remember at all, which is a commentary on the fact that, man, he's been hurt so much. Did they make the playoffs? Yeah, they made the playoffs. He came back. He did play this year. But, man, where Nike thought he was going to be and where he is, completely different things. This does have a QC stamp, 03, 02, 22, and then it has an F over 11 secondary QC stamp to make sure that the shoe has been checked when it was leaving the factory. The 03, 02, 22, we're going to go directly to the size label, which is right on the inside of the medial side of the shoe. Medial side, lateral side. It's right here on the inside at the collar right behind the tongue. And not on the back of the tongue, but on the side. And the small code is V01. I said 302, 22. Let's see the dates of production are 09, 01, 21, 212, 24, 21. And this is one of those shoes that sat in the supply chain for a long time and actually sat in the factory as the factories were dealing with closures in the international market. But let me see and make sure that's made in Vietnam. Yeah, you have factories that were down in Vietnam. So that long distance has to do with, of course, the production schedule, supply chain, COVID shutdown. So that's why you have longer than a month. And typically, I like to say that it's going to be 4 weeks in between. And I'm sweating because I just got in the office and turned the AC on, and it's not going to cool down for a minute. But I wanted to get this video in so I could show you this Paul George 6, and it's called Fluoro. So I don't know if that's fluorocarbon that it's trying to mimic. I'm not sure. It is more of a street-friendly pair of shoes, and it's lightweight enough that you could wear it as a street shoe. So it should translate to fashion, but if you haven't seen the box, I did another PG6, but it was the Valentine's Day, so it came in a box with the logo that tore off on the top, and this has the PG6 on the back, so you guys get a good look at what this is. I think the PG is 120 because the price isn't on here anymore, and everything at Nike is going up, so I'm not even going to put the SRP in here because maybe by the time I edit this video, who knows, Nike may do another price raise on the shoe. But Paul George 6 on the back. Let's get to this label and read that to you guys. That's PG6, white, crimson, Bliss-Black. Style code is DC1974-100. Let's get to the close-up because there are some neat little details on the shoes. Really all synthetic leather and mesh. The toe box feels almost like a ripstop, but it's layered. So you have this mesh underneath, and then you have another piece of what looks like a ripstop kind of material. It's going to crease up immediately when you wear it, but it's super, super lightweight. And I'm positive this is React. So it's got React. It does not say Zoom, so I don't think it has Zoom. The insole is glued down, so you can't pull that out very easily. It's padded all the way around the back. It probably feels fantastic. I bet you it does. Yeah, Nike React, so I can see it here at the toe. Because it's a translucent outsole, it's hard to see the different details on the shoe. And typically, Paul George has shout outs to where he's from and a number of different things on his sneaker, but I have to assume that Nike's not doing a lot of extra stuff on Paul George's shoes right now because he simply hasn't been in the game. He hasn't been playing. And I don't see hardly any extra details on this shoe. And I barely see, if that wasn't right there at the front, I wouldn't even see that it was a PG. It's very nondescript. But this embroidered swoosh back here, that's really nice on the shoe. But let's get to the close-up so you guys can see it. And this is the fabric. I would have thought you put a swoosh or the logo back here or something. This shoe almost feels like it was going to be designed for someone else, and then they added this in the tongue, and now it's a Paul George. But then again, the outsole, when you hold that outsole up, you can see clearly the PG logo, so I'm wrong about that. They didn't design it for someone else. They designed it for Paul George, and he hasn't won a championship yet, and Kawhi hasn't played in 2 years. Too much talking. Close up. PG, the Clippers, the other team in LA. The 2 stars on the Clippers. And now they have John Wall. Are the Clippers going to be good? I don't know, but the PG6 will probably carry over into next year, and I have to assume that Nike's not in a rush to make a new version. You only notice the PG aspect of the shoe here at the toe, at the vamp, on the signature. On the interior of the shoe, which is heavily padded, it's super soft. For a $110 shoe, man, it's a great product, great basketball product, and it features Nike React. Remember, Nike React is one of my favorite cushions. All of those small details that used to be on the Paul George, and here's something interesting. There's absolutely no branding on this heel. There's nothing there. On the back of the tongue, it's at 6, right? That heavy embroidered swoosh, that's really nice. And the same on the medial side, it's nice. You have these breathable holes. The entire shoe is kind of like a sturdy mesh ripstop, especially going into under the toe box. Definitely look up wear testers, and they actually go out and play in the shoe, and I'd have to assume it's a pretty nice shoe to play in. But it's one of these shoes where it looks a lot like the trays, the ice trays from Adidas. It's that same kind of look. And I think what's happening with Nike basketball is they are not putting a crazy amount of energy into colors and designs. They're making some wow looking things, but it used to be that Paul George's shoe had all types of hidden details. The only thing here is Nike React at the toe. It would have all kinds of hidden details about Palmdale and stuff like that. And I don't see anything on here. If there are things on here, you guys can let me know. But I don't see any hidden details on the shoe. And that's just really interesting. But I guess it's not when you consider that basketball sales just aren't as high as they used to be. So that's a different discussion that we can get into if you guys want to. I'll do a video for it. I do love the size of that pull to get the shoe on and the padding. It's probably definitely a really good basketball shoe. But that's it. Let's wrap it up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. PG6 Fluoro. Peace.